morning, South Florida, and welcome to the breakfast at the Brooklyn Cafe TV.
Take a deep breath and a good whiff of that coffee brewing. Grab yourself some toast, a donut, or any breakfast as Dawn and Freddie get you up and ready for the rest of the day.
So call in at 888-565-1470 to share a tip of the day.
Or just to say good morning. Shake off your sleepies, buckle in, because it's showtime.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe. And I guess we're crooked.
Which way? Which way we be tilting today? It's Friday. Which way are you tilting? To the right, to the left? I don't mean it that way. I meant which way is the camera tilting?
Actually, I think we're in yellow because I see us breaking up. But anyway, we keep going and rocking and rolling. Welcome to all our friends out. I don't know where he's putting that camera.
Oh. Good morning to you, Slick. It's nice to see our producers in-house on a Friday morning at 9:04 a.m.
You got to turn that around so we can see it.
Good morning, WWNN, 95.3, 96.9, 103.9, and 1470. Say hello to our board op. Say hello to Madam President Jody. Who else we're going to say hello to? I'm letting you catch your breath. It's so good to have a partner.
I'm very confused.
I know. That's why I'm rocking it.
I'm just going to sit back and watch this because I don't know where the camera's on. I don't care. I want to say good morning to all our friends. You got to turn that around so we can see it, Slick. Yeah, he's still not. He's still giving me thumbs up, thumbs down. I'm very excited about today being Friday. We got through the first week of doing the morning show. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm exhausted.
May I
need a vacation.
May I share our morning situation?
Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
Yesterday we talked about situation and opportunity. We're back to the situation of starting at 9 a.m.
Here we go again.
I just want to know who shows up here every morning by 8:05. That would not be you.
No. Would not be.
It would not be you. And who called the start time at 8:05? That would be you. Situation, opportunity.
I didn't call no start time at 8:05.
Happy Friday to you.
How you doing?
It's all good. It has been an amazing week. We were at WWNN last night. We now have our second producer fixing this camera. What a crew we've got. I just have to say, as I say every day, thank you to our spectacular crew, to Teddy and to Slick and to everyone that keeps us up and rolling and doing what we got to do. 3 hours of airtime a day now.
Yes.
And then tomorrow, if you missed us on Morning Drive and you missed us from 12 to 2, you can find us on Saturday evenings on WNN from when?
I have no idea.
5 to 6 p.m.
That's the shit I was looking for.
And 8 to 10 p.m. Now you happy? Now you ready to work?
No.
Now you like your shot?
I am very disappointed.
Why?
Because I always tell the kids, if you're late for 1 minute, you're late on production. That's the way it works. But anyway, it's all good. It's all good. We just keep going and rolling. New things to think about.
Okay.
Like, don't do the set early in the morning. Should have been done last night. You know, things like that. So we don't have to worry about this and worry about that. You know, things like that.
Okay.
That's the stuff I worry about.
Okay.
You worry about coming on the air, looking like Miss Glamorous.
Well, you know, someone's got to do it. It's a tough job, they say, but somebody's got to do it.
But anyway,
yes.
I want to talk a little bit before we get a little homework, because March 12th is rapidly approaching.
Next Thursday already.
Next Thursday.
I know.
And March 12th, we are going to be at the Meisner Park Amphitheater.
Yes, we are.
Do you know that I didn't even know how to spell amphitheater?
Why am I not?
Because I didn't even know, I couldn't spell it. I kept spelling amp theater.
That's kind of funny, though.
Is it?
Yes.
It's kind of funny?
As a matter of fact, that's really funny.
It doesn't say amphitheater.
It does. It is amp high theater. So that's pretty close, Freddie.
Yeah, I used to write amp theater, and it's not. It's
all
incorrect.
you're missing in the middle of that is a high.
Anyway.
Amp, how you doing theater?
I think we're out of tickets.
I think we're too.
I think we got a couple maybe for Sandra, and we're done. Yes? You're going to come to the Meisner Park on March 12th?
Yeah.
It's a business-to-business from 4:30 to 7. Over 250 businesses are going to be represented. And everybody's like a giant
networking pod.
That's another word.
It'll
for
be
it.
really nice for the coronavirus as well.
Oh.
Yes, it's going to be in full effect. And I take my Corona.
May not come.
I take my Corona.
There'll be no hug in there. You'll take a shot of Corona in between your highs.
Yes, and I asked you to bring my Corona.
Amp high theater Corona shot. It could be a new drinking game.
What we're going to end up doing is we are going to have our new friend, Mother
Mother Fogger.
Mother Fogger, come and fog the amphitheater before we get started.
She's coming here on Wednesday, actually. Dr. Lynette is coming in. She's going to fog our entire theater and studio with probiotics, air biotics.
Correct. So I'm going to see a shoe with probiotic.
It is an antiviral, by the way.
I know.
Not antibacterial, which is different than antiviral.
Well, I'm not a physicist. All I know is that it works because this place has never smelled nicer.
Thank you. I like the way you smell, too.
No, I don't like the way I smell. But anyway, the parking is free at all garages, and Dawn was nice enough to let us know that if you park on the street, you got to pay.
Or send Freddie the ticket.
No, don't send Freddie the ticket. I'm telling you right now, the garages are free, and there's a lot of garage.
Yes.
You have to bring your own chair. You got to bring your own beach chair. Blankets are not allowed because nobody wants to see you get up and down in a blanket, so that's not allowed. You have to bring your own beach chair. There'll be plenty of food. Do not bring food or wine. There's going to be plenty of that on the premises.
A lot of food trucks.
A lot of trucks, a lot of this, a lot of that. And then after the concert, if you want to have dinner on the strip, they have like 27 restaurants out there to begin with. And it's all good. It's all going to be for a good cause. This is rain or shine because it is covered. They had a roof. I was there. I saw it.
The roof. I got to tell you, I don't know what's in my coffee today, but I'm feeling so sorry for you because you got another 51 minutes of me right now. And Sandra.
I got Sandra. I will rely on the Sandra-ness.
But the most beautiful thing about this business-to-business networking event, it's an opportunity for everyone to come together. Not only are we doing our after-hour show, a different show that we're going to be doing that Thursday evening from 4 until 6, we're also doing our 12 o'clock show from Meisner Park Amphitheater. We've got an incredible new banner that one of our animators, he put together. Hector did a great job, so we'll have a step and repeat with us. That's going to be up. They'll have a lot of signage, so you won't be able to miss us. We're going to be stage right in front of the theater, doing our show, running an Ethernet. How many feet? 500 feet from the Ethernet connection down the wire in front of the stage?
No, 250 feet.
You told me we needed a splitter.
Yeah, I do. We do. And yes, we do.
We do.
And we don't have it.
We do. We do to you, too. A lot of people to me at a lot of events, but it's all in the follow-up and the networking, and there's absolutely nobody who follows up and does networking better than our good friend Sandra Torre. So give us a call, 888-565-1470, because ladies and gentlemen, this woman, you want someone to bring it in the morning? She definitely brings it. And I have to say, Freddie's quite impressed that you were here with us today. He says, how'd you do that?
I am very impressed because I know you're very busy. Yeah. And I see that you're posting always on LinkedIn especially. I've seen a tremendous amount of input on what you're talking about. Tips of the day, how to feel, how to cope, how to this, how to that.
Yep, I believe in all of that, and making time for things as well.
And you've been a guest speaker at many events. I noticed you've been talking to a lot of organizations, and very impressive.
And she used to have a show with us on WWNN. Was that a year ago?
Yeah, about a year, a little over a year.
Might have been a little bit over a year.
Yeah. A little over, I know. Time goes so fast, right?
It's so fast, yeah.
I look at my time hop, and that's kind of how I keep track of time, and I think that was a year ago already. Yeah. In my mind, it could have been months.
Yeah.
And it's unbelievable how fast time goes, and you just keep growing and doing. United Latinas is rocking and rolling.
Yeah, we're participating in so many things. We have the Mind Body Expo that's coming up. We'll have a tent there. But it's about keeping it moving, right? Growing the business, all the different steps and things you have to do along the way that are important for your business.
Yesterday we had Jeff Greenberg on from Promo Stuff for You, talking about men in business and your biggest mess up in business. And how that's so important. And again, we were talking yesterday about opportunity versus situation. And Freddie sees a situation. Sometimes I see it as an opportunity, or vice versa, right? But either way, you have to take it and do it. And I was saying how women react differently to opportunities and situations than men do. Because he and I can have the same situation opportunity.
Like about 10 minutes ago.
Or what's going to happen in about 30 seconds, right? Because that's how we do. And you've got one reaction, and I've got another. And I was saying, I think women in business react differently. And Jeff was like, absolutely, you guys are smarter. I said, it's not that we're smarter, we just react differently.
We try to handle the problems, and that's how we think differently. I think we're more strategic problem solvers. We look for how do we fix this versus men are either, and I don't want to classify all men, that's even wrong to say, but more so frustrated that this one way doesn't work. We look for alternate ways to make it work.
Because there's always a different way.
Yeah.
I'm always more in the way of not hurting somebody's feelings and not saying something and maybe just taking it and figuring it out myself on a workaround without saying something. And it may take me 10 times longer, and then finally Fred will say, you know what, I'm just going to say something. I just got to get it done. And you always do. I try to do the nice, hug a tree kind of approach, and you say, nope, I'm going to call them.
Does it work
take
that
care
way?
of it.
But I can't, how much time do I have left to go hug trees? I need something done. It's got to get done. Now, accountability. I think that's a little bit about what you're touching on, male and female. I am a firm believer of accountability. If you contract me to do something and it doesn't work, then the accountability comes forward. And what do I tell the client? I says, I can't do it. There's no such thing as crying in baseball.
True.
So I can't say I can't do it. And you're right, I got to find a way. Women maybe are less frustrated,
I was gonna say,
are much
really?
more
We don't
frustrating.
frustrate you anymore.
No, you do frustrate me. But frustrated, you don't get pizzazzled or whatever you want to call it. Okay, you guys are more in control of your emotions, is what I would say.
That's so funny.
That is funny when over time and over history, right, they say we're the ones that are more
so
emotional.
because I think I
But
could be
it's
up,
BS.
down, backwards, forward on a roller coaster in
man.
30 seconds and
Why-
sitting right back in my chair.
Why do you live till 86 and men die at 74? Because we swallow all the emotion. We don't show it.
But you do.
Of course I do.
You get angry, you get
I get
hangry,
very
you get all
angry.
kinds
I've
of
broken
upside
4
down.
phones.
I know.
Because it doesn't work the way it's supposed to. But you got to understand something. Technology is cut through. It's really funny. When I started doing streaming, Facebook didn't have it. Nobody had it. And people laughed at me. You want to talk about being frustrated, to say to people, listen, you have a business. You want people to see it at a very reasonable cost. This is how you can do it. And people laugh. And they still laugh. So today, what did I do? I talked to the crew. We are going to have 5 sets in here. Not
we are.
1, not 2, 5, that you can come down. You can change the appearance around you. And I'm thinking maybe even 6 set if you go with the wall.
Yes, if
still
you
not
use the wall,
finished.
you can have a whole nother set. We can use every single ounce of this place. And yes, I'm going to get the piano. I promise. We can have 7 sets.
I'm not even going to have that conversation anymore. This is the difference between Dawn and I. If I say to you, I'm bringing you a piano, I bring a piano. I bring it. I don't say, someday, some way. No.
Because I'm trying to figure out
tease.
where we're putting the piano,
Yeah,
Sandra.
it's right behind
women
you,
think
Sandra.
it
That's the
through.
whole thing.
That's
I'm looking
Sandra's
at
right
it.
behind you. You're going to play the piano right behind you.
And I'm thinking if there were a piano there, and it's not just a keyboard, it's a baby grand, so it takes up some space.
I don't know what a baby grand is. Is that big?
It's not as big as a grand. It's a baby
It's a
grand.
baby
It's smaller
grand.
than the grand.
I
It's
figure
like
I heard the
mommy and
word
daddy had
baby.
a
It
baby.
fits. Does it fit there?
It will fit there,
Okay,
but
so
you
what's
won't
the
have any
problem?
walking room.
You want to walk on the piano?
I'd like to walk around the piano.
Okay, so you walk around the piano. I'm going to put a trampoline. You jump right over it.
I was thinking, though, if we move these chairs down there and we make a sitting area, we can put the piano over
And there you
there.
have it, Sandra. You see, she walks it through
I
until
have
it
to
turns
walk it through in my
Yeah.
head before I bring it forward.
For sure, for sure. I completely understand that. Men want to go. Like, they just want to go and
where
do
you wanna
something. And
go?
sometimes we're like, well, why? You didn't think it through properly. Sometimes you got to analyze the situation. We're analyzers. We like to make sure at the end of the day, it's going to be kosher.
Sandra, let me ask you a question. If it doesn't fit there, can I put it over there? Can I put it over there? Can I put it over there? I can
will
put it
it
anywhere.
disrupt the current setups that you have in place now? And will it affect in
Exactly.
business? Will it-
I'm sorry. When I first came to this place, you should see the video. It was empty. There was nothing. There was crickets and echo. How bad could it be? If I put it over there, it doesn't work. Maybe I move. Maybe it's the roving piano, and it moves around.
And moves around. It might go over there. But anyway, it's an analytical process. And did we jump and we go and we take opportunity? 100%. But when you come down to the last final details, that's when I like to cross my T's, dot my I's, make sure contracts are in place, things where they need to be, because at the end of the day, you can do 99.9% things right, but that 0.1, that's something that someone's going to remember.
It's funny because when I first met Sandra, Sandra took no prisoners. Sandra says, you got to go. You don't go over the hill, you go through it. I remember this. And she was, let's go, boom, 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 boom. And now the piano doesn't come because you want to dot an
I'm
I
not
and cross a
Sandra.
T? But do it, bring
You
it.
talking me or Sandra?
I'm talking, no, because I'm using her as an example.
Oh, okay.
If you bring it, they will come. If you build it, they will come. You will be surprised what that piano will do when it comes. I don't know what it's going to do, but I know I was told, bring it.
We will bring the piano. And if you are a piano mover, let us know, because now I need to move a piano only from Broward County to Palm Beach County. It's quite easy.
That's a different problem.
We just got to get a piano mover and a piano tuner. We'll bring this here. So give us a call at the station, 888-994-4995. Maybe there's a piano moving company that's listening to us and can give us a call.
Well, I was thinking of putting it on a flatbed. Have Sandra and her merry ladies around it, and then you make stops on the way up here, and it will pay for itself.
It's like a karaoke piano. It's like dueling pianos,
Like
right?
Who's going to play the piano?
You.
Do you play the piano?
No.
They told me
I
you play the
actually know how to
piano.
play that, one of those Christmas songs.
Yeah,
That's about
they
it.
told me you play the piano. Dawn plays the piano, but she denies it. Again, deny it.
I used to.
It doesn't matter who plays it. I have 100 people who will come forward. But check it out. You put it on a flatbed. You drive to different stores in different places from where it is to here, and you have a party at every place. And you take a donation. You pass the hat. And I guarantee you will raise enough money to bring the piano, tune the piano, sell the piano, and wreck the piano.
And keep it right here in the theater. Only you and I could talk about moving a piano for 10 minutes.
Anyway,
You're exhausted?
I'm so tired. I'm really tired,
But I
man.
think we should really address the coronavirus because,
Again?
you know what? 12 people have died in the United States from it. There is a ship that has been quarantined off the coast of the United States for failure to properly clean and sanitize it. Maybe we just lost the radio. I'm not sure what that meant.
Did we lose the radio?
What was that beeping?
It was the coronavirus.
See?
Maybe they're saying we shouldn't be talking about it. All I know is safety first. We do have our probiotics here, our
I got some bad
airbiotics.
news for you.
Yeah.
If you're driving your car, you know, we were supposed to ask people to toot their horns, okay?
Okay, we'll do that
You
before
took
we
me
go
down
to...
the wrong path.
It's my fault.
I got some bad news for everybody.
Yes.
When they start letting these 500,000 cases out so that you can be tested, test tubes, whatever.
kits,
The kits.
with the T.
The kits and the T. When they let those out, you're going to find out that the number's going to jump from 12 to hundreds of thousands of people have the virus. The problem we're having is that we're late to the game and we haven't done our due diligence to find out who has what. But among us, they walk, okay? And that's only the first problem. The second problem is, what are you going to do with people when they have it? I know of institutions that are turning people away because they know it's here. I know the inside of what's going on in our society, but they've asked not to do that because you're going to start panic.
Correct.
There was a couple in New York City that paid $299 for a bottle of Prel. And they came down, they slapped the fine on the store, took all the Prel out and gave it away to people. If you start a panic, it's going to get worse. Keep your head about yourself. If I told you that you're going to die from the flu, you're not going to believe me, right? Just relax. Just take it easy. So I was asked not to make fun of the Corona deal anymore. Like I was Dr. Corona all week, but I had a Corona
Yeah, I was
bottle. I
thinking
take
it's
my
a little
Corona with a
We can't be
twist.
insensitive, but I did see a recipe if you want to make your own hand sanitizer. This is back to my days of being creative.
How do you
take
do
a
that?
bottle of regular isopropyl rubbing alcohol, you get some aloe vera gel, and an essential oil that you like the smell of. And you mix the aloe vera gel, you put the alcohol in it. It can be to your liking of your texture of the aloe vera
And
gel.
it works the same way.
Because it's 70% alcohol, 100%. And the aloe is what's going to be soothing to your hands, and the essential oils, whatever you like the smell of. So get a big bowl, get some aloe vera gel, get some alcohol, mix it up, and you got your own
And voila.
Purell.
And if you don't
voila.
like that solution, I got the cure-all.
We should maybe go to Publix and buy some and make it on the show, our 12 o'clock show. We can have a cooking segment.
I
That
got
is
the
a good
cure-all.
idea.
You take duct tape. You put your hands on your side, and you wrap the duct tape around you, and you wear that all day. I will guarantee you that we will lick this thing. Oops.
Don't lick
that we
it.
will get rid of this thing.
There you go.
Because you can't touch your face. You can't touch. You're doing the foot bop now,
touch
right?
your
Or
face.
this. I saw this too. You just start from
Oh,
far
I
away.
kind of like that. That's
Yeah, I
better
like this
than
better
the,
than
or
live
you
long
said the
and-
There's a lot of
namaste.
things you can do.
Oh, yes.
Not that.
And on that note,
you guys there?
then taking an opportunity
5422.
situation.
Your voice can make a difference.
I guess we're at commercial break.
All right, here we go.
Stand by. Coming back.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show.
So we weren't on the air?
Join us each day and after
not
hours
for the
as we
last,
talk about the
3
hot
minutes,
topics
no.
to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie
Here we go.
S.
And that was the fastest commercial.
And we're right back to it.
We're actually a live show, and we have lost the feed to the radio station, but we continue on social media, so it's all good.
Welcome back to WWNN 95.3, 96.9, 103.9, and 1470 AM. Give us a call, your comments, let us know what's going on. Everyone's staying safe, 888-565-1470. We have Sandra Torres with us from United Latinas, and what is Plan Your Company?
We do personal development and business consulting. So I work with coaches, small businesses, entrepreneurs to really create a plan for their business, a strategy plan on the things that they're going to do to move their business forward. And that includes everything that needs to be done, kind of take an analysis of their business, what they're doing online, what they're doing offline. To grow your business today, it's all relationships, you know. Everything stems down to that. And I love that you said that this morning about how'd you get Sandra on? Just make a call. How did I ever bring anybody else? Just make a call. You know, and those are the things that are important skills for people to learn, is really having the courage to be able to pick up the phone or shoot a message and say, hey, I'd love to meet. I'd love to get together. A lot of women find it intimidating, right? Behind a mic or in front of an audience. That is intimidating. It's not easy for everybody to get up and do that. So I want to help women push past that, really own their own courage and push past those things, put them in positions where they can grow, because how is anyone going to get to that next level? You can show someone business skills, but to really take them in, you have to own your right to be in business.
Now, let me ask you, if you're talking about a female or a male, because
Yep.
you deal with both.
I do have male clients.
If you have a client who is afraid of public speaking or standing up, how does that client then define itself in the arena of having a business? Because you're dealing with the public, right? Mm-hmm. So how can you do that transition? How can you be in business if you're afraid of public speaking or, you know, doing a seminar or what have you?
A lot of people feel that they could just hide behind a desk, in essence. It really depends on the industry. You know, some people are literally just working behind the desk. They don't want to move past that. They're successful where they are. Now, to be truly successful and move your business to the next level, you have to get that ability. So there's a lot of businesses right now that are just idle. They're making money, but they're idle, and they're not growing anywhere. So how do you take somebody that's sitting like that and convince them, if you want to get to that next level, you know it. And most entrepreneurs know this. It's just a fear. You know, I know that I should be doing this. I know that I should be teaching classes, but I'm scared. I'm not ready for it right now. But it's really about getting that person to understand you need to be ready right now, because tomorrow's not promised. If you want to achieve something, you have to push yourself, right? We grow in the midst of a challenge. We grow when we're put up against a wall and says, you have to move forward or you'll die. Those are your options. What do you want to do? Yeah, you got to keep going.
I said that to someone yesterday. You've had two options. One is you quit your job, or two is you figure it out and you keep going. Mm-hmm. And they said, well, I can't leave my job because, what are the reasons? I need the money, I need this, A, B, C, D. Okay, then I guess you have to stay. And I tried to rephrase this in as many positive ways as I could. But at some point, my positivity was running out. My choice of words were running out. And it was back to, my delivery is not so soft, I know, Freddie. Mm-hmm. You've got two options. Mm-hmm. You got to make it and do it and go and figure it out and count your days, or you leave your job. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what else to say other than the softer side, and that was the softer side of me.
Yeah.
How do you even encourage people that were ready? We talk about the side hustle all the time, that they're doing their day job, but they just don't like it, but they need it because they need it.
Yeah.
Versus their side hustle, if there's this other amazing opportunity that they're working on, but it doesn't get them where they need. How do you balance all of this?
If you have a primary position that is paying your mortgage and your bills, and your side hustle isn't there yet, you stick with the primary for now, and build up that side business over time. When you get frustrated to the point where you're waking up every day and you're miserable, something needs to change. If you don't have, you have to own the guts and the audacity to say, my health and well-being, which is your mindset. If your mind is operating at I'm done with life, I'm just working, I'm operating in this, wheel and not really getting anywhere, you have to say to yourself, I have to do something about this. And even if it's taking a pay cut to pursue that side hustle, It's important. Nothing's more important than your mental health and well-being. If you're not happy, if you're miserable every single day, you have to say to yourself, look at yourself in the mirror and say, something has to change. Now what?
And making the change is the hard part.
Well, it's funny because the way the economy is right now, there are more entrepreneurs, there's more self-business than ever in the history of our country. And a lot of it has to be, there's just not enough money being made on a 9 to 5. So people do the side hustle. My question to you is that the balance now is beginning to change because the side hustle is taking place of the job. Except the fear holds you back. So how do you know that you jump all in? A side hustle could be a job if you dedicate the correct approach to it, correct?
Yep.
So when do you know it's time to take that leap of faith? Do you have enough stock in yourself? Do you believe in what you're doing?
You said it. You have to have self-belief in what what you're doing and who you are and your ability to even bounce back out of anything. You have to be ready to face all of those things. There's not a, do this and you'll be okay. No, going into business is a risk. And every single part of that business is a risk. When you have equipment that fails and you have to now spend more money, every single day is putting out fires, in essence. Everything's a risk.
Every day is putting out fires, and you think just one day you'd like not to have that fire. You'd like not to have that barn building and say, you know
No,
what?
I don't even say that
One
anymore.
day.
I just want to say, I hope the fire is not big. I take small fires.
Yeah.
I just don't want a big fire.
You'll take a burning bush instead of the barn.
She said it, I didn't, but yes, I would take a burning bush over the burning forest.
Exactly.
Because sometimes you can't recoup immediately. You can always recoup, but it's going to take time.
Yeah.
But psychologically, I think that the strongest aspect that you bring forward is that of mind. You are strong. You know what you want. You're going to go get what you want, no matter what anybody says, which is the next thing I want to talk about. It's the outside influencers. That's a brand new word now in the game. Influencers. You could be Amazon influencer. It means that they're going to change your way of thinking to their way because they're good at it. What do you do when there's negative influence? Now you have your side hustle challenge. You have the public fear of talking in public. Then you have outside influences who will tell you, it's better to stay safe. What do you do? How do you approach that, Sandra?
You have to make the conscious decision yourself. You have to say, am I going to allow these outside voices to impact my life? You're going to look back in 20 years and say, wow, I never pursued something because I was afraid of the critics. There's always going to be critics. You have to be able to know that. You have to go in saying, I'm going to have critics, and if I don't have critics, I'm not making enough noise anyway. So it's important to know the fires are going to come, the critics are going to come, but this is my destination and this is where I need to go. Because if I allow anyone to throw me off that path, I have now succumbed to everybody else's wish for me, which is to fail. So you have to keep your eye on the focus and expect the fires. So when they come up, it's, okay, it's something we got to handle. We could figure out a solution for it. Next.
And I don't think people want other people to fail, but they want you to be who you were for women.
Yes.
I'm going to say this because I don't know how men are with friendships. For women, when you have a change of career, and there are many women that are listening that are driving to work and they're in their later 40s, 50s, 60s, change your career.
Yeah.
And those friends that knew you back when you had your other career or before you had the career, they don't necessarily want you to fail, but they don't want you to change.
Correct. I love that because all of my clients are over 40 plus, and a lot of them are in a reinvention stage and they're afraid, okay, well, even with setting up their LinkedIn, how do I don't want them to see it. I don't want these people to see it. You know what? You have to overcome that fear. You have to.
And what if we change? What do men do? You go on the golf course, everything's good.
No.
Is it different?
Men say-
You've had 2,597 jobs.
Yes, I did.
And you have the same friends then as you have now. There's
I do
Juji,
not.
there's Fufi,
That's
there's
not friends,
Corby,
that's
there's...
family.
Okay.
Friends, no. There's an old saying among men. I want you to be successful, just not too successful.
Men have that saying?
Oh, absolutely.
I thought it was a female thing.
Yeah, it's a man thing because what it is ego-driven.
It's ego.
I don't care about being in front of the camera. I mean, I'm looking at this set behind me. I don't know how to sit. I can't stand this chair. It's hurting my back. I don't like being in front of the camera.
We always do a wide shot because they tell me you lean back in the chair. You don't lean back, you
I do.
lay back
I do.
in your chair.
I do.
You need a bed. We're going to get you like a recliner
The
to put your
problem
feet
is that
up.
the chair, you sit up straight. You have good posture. I don't. I never cared about this side of the deal.
I know.
I care about that side of the deal.
I know.
I care that people come forward and she's willing to help you if you're willing to help yourself.
But what about men and all of your jobs and your change of careers and production, and now you're in front of the camera? Does it change friendships on the male
What
side?
friendships? I got no friendships.
Did you used to?
Yes.
So it changed it.
I'd rather not say, because it would incriminate me.
You're not naming names. Hypothetically, do you think?
There was a person in my life at one time who did not understand how I had over 2,500 friends.
Now you got over 5,000.
No, those are acquaintances. I'm talking about friends. And they used to invade my house up in the Bronx. From Friday to Sunday, it was a giant party. And that person, who shall remain nameless, I'll probably get a letter in from her attorney, said to me, this has to stop. We can't do this no more. You can't have all these associates and friends and yada. I mean, that's just my life. That's the way I've always been.
But why were they upset that you had so many friends?
Because it was invading their time, their place, them. It was invading them. This is one of the reasons I asked, what do you do when the negative influence comes? You know, business is really challenging in itself. All of your friends that are real friends will be there for you. They won't be there 24/7, but allegedly they're going to be there. But this is like tennis. You have to look at yourself. Accountability begins with your shirt. That's where it starts. Once you handle this, that you are not afraid to go forward, then see what happens. So men, I have acquaintances. I don't know, something about bros before,
Girls.
Yeah, something like that. I never heard of that till I came to Florida.
Really?
True that.
But brotherhood, I think, is strong. And women have amazing friendships as well. Do you see it changes? Because we do a lot of reinventing yourself. We talk about it a lot. And it's a tremendous new demographic and network once our kids are out of the house. If you were a stay-at-home mom or dad, you're changing your career. Maybe you had a full-time job. You got your kids through college. And now maybe you can really do what you love to do.
You have a lot of
because
friends?
some of the bills are to the side.
Exactly. And you know, and I say that only because my son's 23, 24, so now I feel like I can wholeheartedly pursue what I want, even though I had an agency when he was younger, but I can pursue those things now. When it comes to friends, I believe in the sum of your five. You have to really analyze who's around you, who's inspiring you, who's negative. Get rid of the negative and stay with positive people around you. You have to constantly evaluate the people in your circle. And if they're not helping you, then they're hindering you and they're not on the same page.
But doesn't that kind of feel funky?
The sum of your
It
five.
does.
Because you're looking at your friends and you're analyzing who's the real friend?
So if you have a friend that's next to you that's saying, I don't think you should pursue that, it's risky, stay with your 9 to 5, that's not someone that wants to see you grow. Maybe they do to a point, but unless you have people around you that are saying, go for it, that's scary, I love it, you know the risks, you know it's on your plate, but I got you, I support you anyway. Those are the people that you want, people that are going to encourage you, because if they're trying to deter you from doing anything, are they really real friends?
That's the question.
Well, that's the hard thing.
And your women thing, I'm going to tell you something.
Yes.
You people are strange creatures. I've never seen women.
Please write into Freddie and not
Yeah.
me, because the opinions of this show are not necessarily those.
I've never seen women turn on each other so quickly. They're wonderful, and then if something doesn't work out, it's like, forget about it. I've never seen that in my life.
Because I don't know what it is. Maybe they feel they need to have this runner thing going on. I
what?
can't think of the right word. It's not
what?
a hormone.
That was
it's
a good word.
It's not a guy. It's like it's just
Women
a thing.
compete with each other over shoes,
Rawr.
over clothing, over makeup, over hair, over this, over that. It's the silliest things I've ever seen.
I don't think it's all women.
I'm not going to say all women.
Thank you. Yeah, not all
Maybe
women.
4 or 5, no. Okay.
But it's, to me, in my opinion, from what I've seen in all the years that we've been doing this, it's the change of venue, it's the change of the relationships. Because what you were with your friends and your family and your children before changes when you're changing your career. It changes when you're stepping out of your comfort zone or when you become empty nesters, because you can finally do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And you have that passion. You go, you know what? I don't have to pick up carpool. I don't have to make dinner.
I mean, you're not a soccer mom no more.
You're not a soccer mom.
So
you can
that's
actually
your kids
do
out of
you.
your life, taking care of them. Now you're taking care of yourself. Is that what you're saying?
You have the opportunity, if you choose to take it, maybe you have a little more time to do that.
So does career change a woman after the family thing is done? Does she change?
For me, it has 100%.
Yeah, for sure. I
Has
mean, you
she?
have it. You know, it's almost okay. Now I can, you know, especially if your kids are grown and they're out of the house or they're able to, you know, take care of themselves. Yes, absolutely. And your friends change at that point, because if you have a soccer mom friend and you're an entrepreneur and your kids are out of the house, your relationship's probably not going to be the exact same way that it was before. You have to surround yourself with people with the same.
Because you're not going out for lunch. You don't have lunch in time.
No, I get that part. So you've changed physically and mentally.
I think if we're not changing every day, you're not growing. Can I narrow it down to a tangible change? Not really, because I mean, we are ourselves, right? But am I different than I was 5 years ago, 10 years ago? Absolutely. And I have to be in some way. Not that I could pinpoint it, you know.
So change is okay. Change is not necessarily a bad thing.
Change is what we need. Change is evolution. Change is evolution.
So it's not selfishness.
It's not selfish.
You ever have somebody tell you, "Oh,
changed.
I feel selfish because I want something, because I want to achieve something, because I want to be someone," and then they come up with, "I feel guilty." Why should they feel guilty?
Or you've changed. But people think change is a negative connotation, but it's
Yeah.
not necessarily negative.
Have you seen that meme that it's like two little cartoon creatures, and one sitting across the table, and one says, "You've changed." It was a caterpillar.
Yes.
And it was two caterpillars. Well, one was a butterfly, and he's like, "You changed." I'm supposed to. We're supposed to.
We're supposed to
And if
change
you're
and
not
grow.
supporting your friends changing, you have to say, "Am I a good friend?" Ask yourself, you know, am I a good friend? Am I not being supportive? And if you're hanging out with somebody or you're friends with somebody that is really hurting you because you're jealous of their growth, then maybe that friendship is time to kind of go your own ways, and that's okay. That's healthy. Nothing is.
Wow, you make breaking up sound like a good thing. Oh, we were friends for 20 years. It's time to part ways because it's healthy. That's just freaky. I mean, think about that. People are going to say it's freaky.
Is it healthy to stay with a friendship that both of you together are not on the same page, and it's not a loving, endearing, compassionate,
But then maybe
empathetic
you have to
friendship?
find out why.
You absolutely. I wouldn't say cut it off, you know, like a rip off a Band-Aid. But if you're asking yourself, is this person good for me? Do I feel good around this person? Does this person encourage me? Do I do the same for that person? If those questions aren't answered in a way that is healthy, then you have to make a decision. You have to, and it's not a bad decision. It's a healthy decision for both people, because maybe you're both hindering each other at some point. 20 years is great. You can remember that time spent, but now you have to say, what do I want to accomplish in life? What do they want to accomplish in life? And are we able to do that together as friends, or do we need to go our own paths to kind of figure that out?
Gotcha.
And it all changes.
You know, it's funny. There was someone said something to me yesterday. Very interesting fact, and I won't use any names, that they thought this person was a very quiet person. Withdrawn, very quiet. Sits in the corner of the room. Never makes a sound. And then he sees them now. He says, holy smokes, they got it all wrong. So there's no timetable of growth, right? It happens when you're ready to take it in and let it happen.
It happens when you're ready to embrace you and have faith in who you are and what you do. And you know what? Some of those friendships may not be, maybe those were the friendships that changed people, and maybe it's time to have some faith in who you are and step into your power.
You see, that's why I don't take anything too serious in my life.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I make a joke about everything. I make a joke about coffee, about water, about how, you know, cars drive on the right side in this country, on the left on another. It's just wacky to me.
Give us a call to join our conversation, 888-565-1470. Say hi to this wacky man over here. It's Friday already. What an amazing week. We're going to go to commercial break. When we come back, more with Sandra Torres talking about reinventing yourself. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Are you here to be good? Or are you here to be great, outstanding? Hi, my name is Ann Shoshana Dector, and I am an author, motivational speaker, and leadership educator. I share with individuals and businesses the proven tools necessary so that you can make friends with challenges and use them as opportunities to grow from good to better, so you can have it all. Unified, supportive, and creative corporate communities, financial abundance, and a clear mission-driven purpose. Contact me at goodtobetter2020@gmail.com. Grow from good to better in 2020. Work with me individually or ask me to speak at your next event. Good to Better healingmoments2020@gmail.com.
Healing Moments Wellness Boutique specializes in integrating scientific and ancient therapies to relieve physical, emotional, and psychological distress. Through the power of touch, coaching, and meditation, clients experience pain relief, relaxation, healing, and detoxification. Contact Healing Moments Wellness Boutique at 561-931-2187 and experience Boca Raton's Healing Haven. Enjoy the benefits of an individualized treatment plan to help find your feelings of peace, complete balance, and wellness. Call Healing Moments today, 561-931-2187, and be rejuvenated.
Let's all welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet TV radio production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make all your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes or live radio streaming as well as tape productions for social media platforms and television. AMP2 TV can handle all of your television needs, including closed caption for a perfect on-air telecast. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages or visit one of their many studios to get your creative juices flowing. Come and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies, including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's A-M-P, the number 2.tv, or call them at 866-224-5422. Feel free to call for a quote or just a consult of how to put your business on a social media platform or radio platform, or just doing a show that is covered by all platforms. Call 866-224-5422 and make an appointment. That's 866-224-5422.
Does your business Moby Pop? A new way to grow your business. Using a simple keyword, drive customers right to you with just a click. Customers will receive your personalized digital business card within seconds, with all your contact information in one place, including a gallery of photos, videos, and clear call to action that drives sales. Promote your products and services, or share a hot new listing with custom event pages and RSVP form, boosting qualified leads. Special offers and promotions are directly sent to your potential customers' phones with text campaigns, increasing foot traffic and creating a loyal following. Let MobiPop drive your marketing campaign. Focus on your business. Let MobiPop focus on growing it.
Stand by.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
I just did.
And we're back. Now that you told the whole world, what'd you do? You pour my coffee backwards.
I'm impressed how you did that. That was really ingenious. You
It's
took
an
your thermos
ingenious
of coffee.
mail.
Yes, because you know what I did? I took the lid off.
The lid
I
off, you
poured it
spilled
in
it
your cup. I spilled it everywhere. I had to clean it up, and all you did was you popped the lid over, and you used it as a spout.
It is delicious.
Quite ingenious, I must
Brooklyn Cafe coffee.
He thought outside the box. Alternate way to do it.
I gotta tell you, when Sandra's in the house, I gotta think outside the box because she takes everything to another level.
say. She does, right? She's
She
like
scares the
challenges
hell
your
out of me.
mind.
She scares me. You know, it's funny because I used to produce her show for about a year. What now? We
Just give
produced
her another
show.
mic.
We produced the show for
How
about
about
a
now?
year, and every time I sat there with her, it scared the bejeebers out of me.
But you know what's so amazing about Sandra is we've worked so long and hard. A dream of yours was to bring forward a Hispanic presence in our community.
Correct.
And we have a show called Fuego, and Sandra was part of the inception of this whole idea with United Latinas. And English and Spanish, you do it. And we've taught cross cultures, not only women, but women, Hispanic women. It's different in business.
For sure. I mean, there are so many obstacles, which is why, we have United Latinas, an organization that really empowers professional entrepreneurs and business owners that are of the, minority community and Latinas. And it's important because culturally we have, and we had this conversation, right? Culturally as women, we all have some form of just conditioning. But as Latinas and Hispanic women, there is almost an extra barrier on there just because of our place in history. We've always looked, we fight to get a seat at that table. We're almost, and most women are almost, now obviously it's changing, but have always been intimidated to even feel they had a right for a seat at that table. It was, am I good enough? Or I'm not those people. I've come from a different background. I've come from different foods, different financial, situations. So how do I say that my voice matters just as much? And that's the conditioning that's happened culturally within the Latina community, is we are now taking ownership of ourselves, and saying we deserve a seat at that table. So my mission is to empower the Hispanic community and the women to, now that's are afraid to speak, that are afraid to do things, that are afraid to pursue their dreams, because there's still conditioning that says I'm not sure if I'm worthy to sit at that table.
See, that's the problem, because when you get the shot at sitting at this table, nobody steps up. And people don't come forward. Or if they do, they don't stick around long enough. Now, the Latino community as a whole, Hispanics are now the #1 minority in this country. You wouldn't know that. Now, in the voting power, right, you want everybody to vote if you want your
I
president
gotta tell you,
not to
I've
be.
got an issue with this whole word minority.
And I was going to ask,
Really,
why is the
this
word
whole
minority?
minority of anything, and I'm
It's the Latino
trying not
community.
to say anything in this politically correctness space I am
But
in.
I'm not politically correct.
But I have a real issue with this minority. It's women, they're men, we are people. We are all the same. We are all created equal, based whatever, color, creed. I don't care if you're green and purple polka dots.
Yeah.
We should all have the same rights as people.
But we don't.
But we don't.
See, I have an issue with that.
And it's really funny because when I was growing up, Santori is an Italian name. Everybody thought I was Italian. And then when I went to Puerto Rico, they thought I was Italian. When I came back here, everybody thought I was Latino. I was Hispanic.
You are?
People still ask me that, and I am. And I'm very proud to be. But I had to play the dual card for me to go to NYU, for me to go to Drake University Law School. I had to be either American, Anglo, or I
People
had
don't
to be
think
Latino.
you're Hispanic. Even when you tell them you don't look Hispanic, you
But
don't
I don't
have
walk
a
around with a
Hispanic accent.
shirt that says, hey, I'm really Latino. I don't do that.
I know.
Because I believe that the way you are perceived is how you're going to be treated. But unfortunately, I don't even like the word minority. Why?
I really have an issue with any minority.
I agree.
So
And then
let's change that culture right here today.
Well, we
What's
should.
today's
We
date?
should.
Change
But
that.
you need a leader to lead you. And I was alluding to the fact that
Sandra is that
I was
leader.
a little bit afraid of Sandra because Sandra doesn't take prisoners. And she doesn't take slack from nobody. And she's going to tell
doesn't.
you how she feels.
She's a Jersey girl.
I'm
She's
a
a Latina Jersey girl, right?
Exactly.
She takes no prisoners. Earrings off, she's going for what she wants.
So you got to bring it.
And I want everybody to feel that, and that's really why, right? You have to lead by example, but you have to self-lead, first of all. But when I see people that are fearful and, are facing obstacles, I feel like I want them to be leaders too. I want them to own their courage too, because if we get everybody on the same page, if we have everybody full of courage, which is impossible, if we get a good majority of the community feeling courageous about their pursuits, we're going to change stuff. We can really impact the world. We can bring more love. We can have more harmony. If people feel they have a right to voice their opinion on something. Or
what do you see changing back to change with the United Latinas? I see these ladies come forward
Where's it
and they are
going? Yeah.
spectacular.
Yeah, I get so much great feedback with, I would have never done this if it wasn't for United Latinas. This has happened because of United Latinas. And I'm like, wow, that's That's awesome. You know, we want to grow. We want to continue to impact more women. We want to, we're working on putting on a conference this year. A lot of great speakers, coming in that are really want to lift the community to say, at the end of the day, the most important power we have is our voting power. We want to make a lot of changes. We want to kill the word minority. That's only going to happen at the ballot box. We have to put in place the people that are going to feel what you just said. More compassionate, more empathetic, more love. There shouldn't be. We should all be, equal, on the same equal playing field. But it's not that way now. And the best way to affect that is making sure that you're showing up at the voter booths and you're executing your right as an American.
You should do a registration party.
Yeah.
And then you're going to see a lot of people coming down.
For sure. We had one of our workshops was a voting workshop. We got everybody kind of educated on, if you're moving, how to do vote by mail and all that stuff. And I'm working with them now to do more workshops this year. In April, one of our members, Karina, is working on, she's a Citizen Climate Lobby, working together on putting on an event. And I'm like, we need to have a table there for to get people registered, because we have to push this every single moment that we can. Because it's so important to make sure that you're not just registered to vote, but you're showing up.
You have to not only register, you have to show up, and you have to bring your friends, and you have to voice your opinion. And women in voting, we weren't always given the same right as men, but now we have it, and take it, because there seems to be a divide between men and women, but not cultures. But if your culture is different, but go out and register, show up. Take your kids. Our millennials, another huge, important population to show up and have your voice heard.
Yeah.
Things are changing.
You start putting those two together.
It's tremendous.
And it's funny because, United Latinas, and you do work with men.
Yes.
So I want to make that clear.
Yes.
It's a culture. It's not a woman-man thing.
Of course.
It's just a name. People are asking me, well, I can't go to that meeting because it's like Fem City. And
well, you can't go to Fem
City. Well, I
City.
make fun of it, but they should have something on the side for men. And it's that takeaway effect. I mean, I get it. Trust me, I get it.
But
and
United Latinas is to bring the females, the women forward. But you have men that come to your meetings because they want to learn. And we used to laugh about the makeup line. Women don't wear lead in their lipstick. And you said, but it affects men too.
It does, because we have to kiss
Everything affects everybody. And which is why, like the coronavirus, what they're not saying, oh, if you're Hispanic, you're not going to get it. Or if you're purple and green, you're not going to get it. It crosses cultures, creeds, everything, and this is maybe that's the message that we should all learn, that we're all the same, and everything affects everybody. So why not just support each other?
Exactly. I always said to people that are feeling down, because everybody is kind of always looking inward, like, oh, I'm going through this, and I see outward success from other people. And I always say to people, if you are sitting in a room, and I've said this before on the show, if you're sitting in a room and you're looking around and you're feeling, oh, woe me. Every single person is carrying baggage. Every single person is carrying self-doubt. Every single person you see has fear that they have faced head on, and maybe good, more or less than what you have endured. So if you realize that regardless of who I am just, carrying the same burdens that every single person in this room is. And it equalizes us. We're all trying to survive. We're all trying to find significance. We're all trying to feel significant and feel like our purpose in life is to exist and do something bigger than ourselves. We're all thinking that.
And we can do it. How do people find you?
You can shoot me an email at sandra@planyourcompany.com. Catch me on Facebook, on LinkedIn, Sandra Noemi Torres. You'll find me. Google, you'll find me. Just Sandra Noemi Torres or Plan Your Company.
When's the next United Latinas?
Our next United Latinas event is going to be it's going to be on Facebook Ads 101. It's going to be really in depth on there, and that's going to be March 24th from 11 a.m. to 12:30 at the West Boca Library. Just register right on our website or Eventbrite.
Wow. She's got a lot going on.
She does. If you see her LinkedIn, it's constant. Boom,
There's
boom, boom.
there's so much more to even talk to Sandra about, because as a solo entrepreneur, how do you even have the time to do it all? And that's a whole nother show on a whole nother day. But it's Friday, and hopefully Sandra will join us again on another show, whether our morning show, or our afternoon shows, or evening shows, or Saturday Night Drive. We've got a lot of shows.
A lot of places to go.
A lot of places to go. Have a great weekend, everyone. We're going to see you Monday. Be kind to each other. We'll see you Monday morning. Same time, same place. Tune in today from 12 to 2 for our lunch hour. And then, of course, you can find us Saturday on WWNN from 5 to 6 and 8 to 10 p.m.
And don't forget to get your tickets for the March 12th.
March 12th.
At Meisner Park Amphitheater. And like always, don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Nice time in there.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2.